Hello there guys, Manchester City 4, Burnley 1. That was a fun game of football. Yet again, we pulled out a second half full of vigour, full of creativity, full of magic, and we comfortably won in the end what could have been a very tricky tie. There was only a few changes, notably Bravo coming in at fullbacks, with Zinchenko, Danilo stepping in, and obviously De Bruyne getting a rest. But in general, it was a pretty strong side. The stalwarts like Fernandinho, Silva, Stones, Otamendi, Aguero, the usual front two alongside him with Sterling and Sané. It was a strong team, and we kind of took the competition pretty seriously. Pep did say that in his press conference that from this point onwards the competitions are going to be taken seriously because it's New Year and because we are in them all still, we may as well aim for them all. And it was refreshing to see us name a good strong starting 11. We didn't start particularly well. I think the first half was pretty poor in general, but with a team pressing that hard, Burnley were always likely to tire. I know the goal was sloppy Stones with a missed kick, which obviously led to their striker, Ashley Barnes, running for a goal, and he fired past Bravo. Some questions maybe about his near post, but it was mainly a defensive error there. But after that, the second half, whatever Guardiola said, as ever, it got through to them. We upped the tempo, we upped the pace a little bit, gaps started to appear, we moved the ball quicker. People like Gundogan and Silva got a lot closer to Aguero, Sterling and Sané came into the game a little bit more, and the movement was vastly better. Burnley predictably started to tie a little bit, and we just had that quality when it most mattered to get back into the game and eventually run away with it. It was a comfortable performance, and there was a few standouts for me. It was great to see Sergio score 2 goals. We'd all agree he hasn't been in the best of form recently, but he remains a quality player, a man with absolutely loads of abilities, we all know, and it's great to see him looking so confident again. His finishes were good as well. The first one, a quick free kick taken around the corner, fired in past the keeper, and the second one was an absolute moment of quality, a delightful, sumptuous little 1-2 with Gundogan, and then the composure and the level-headedness to round the keeper. He played well. He didn't all come off for him, but those goals surely should give him the confidence. Speaking of confidence, I think Sané should see his confidence rise after an indifferent first half, and in general he wasn't that great up until his goal, but you could see the mental relief when he finally got on the score sheet. It's his first goal in a while, but after that he looked more confident. He looked like he looked bigger almost. He looked like he was more prominent in the game, and that happens when a player scores sometimes. Their confidence absolutely rockets. And Gundogan as well, it's obvious that he's still not in our best 11. De Bruyne and Silva are simply phenomenal players, but it's great to see he is slowly getting back to the form that made him such a standout for Dortmund. That little back heel for Aguero's goal was absolutely sumptuous. That's the kind of stuff that only special players can do, and Gundogan, make no mistake about it, is a special player. Yes, he isn't at quite his magnificent best yet, but it's great that we can see someone like him slot in when De Bruyne isn't playing or David Silva isn't playing, like the Napoli game for example, and he still doesn't see the overall level of the team drop too much. Gundogan is a fantastic little player, and I'm just glad that we got him in our squad. But then even when De Bruyne did come on, you could see the quality that he brings. He played a couple of balls in a little cameo that players just simply can't dream of doing. De Bruyne remains absolutely fantastic, and it's great to see how much of an impact he has on the team, even in an FA Cup game, even when we've already won the game. He comes on and just has this air of composure about him, this quality, this leadership, and you can see the other teams fearing him immediately. Defensively, we were relatively solid. Other than that mistake by John Stones, it was great to see Stones get more minutes under his belt. He had very little to do, truth be told. Otamendi carrying on being Otamendi alongside him, looking pretty solid. Zinchenko, I think it's obvious that he's growing in confidence every single week, really. Every time he gets a game, he looks more at home in the left-back slot. I'm still not convinced he's a natural left-back, but he looks pretty good. He looks strong, stronger than he has done previously there. He looks at quite decent turn of pace. He's obviously very, very tidy on the ball. It's interesting to see what happens to Zinchenko as soon as Mendy comes back, because obviously he's not going to carry on playing left back there. Maybe by that point he'll be adept enough to maybe get tried somewhere else, maybe in his preferred position in midfield somewhere. But he was decent. Obviously has a good left foot as well. He's very prepared to pull the trigger, put it that way. A couple of rasping 20+ yard drives that nearly tested the keeper, but obviously showed his great technique on the ball. Danilo as well, I thought he did a pretty good job at right back, if I'm being honest. I'm not convinced he's as good defensively as Walker, but Walker is phenomenal in that aspect. But going forward, he offers a lot of creativity and he's great at overlapping Sterling. I think in general he's probably a little bit better getting forward than Walker. They offer very different aspects, but I thought he was good in general. It's great that we've got someone like him that we can bring in. I think Bravo showed how good Ederson actually is. He didn't do much wrong really, Bravo. I think Bravo is actually, for a keeper, very good on the ball. But the thing is with Ederson, Ederson's just a level above every other keeper I've ever seen. Even for a footballer, not a keeper, Ederson is good. Ederson is good for a midfielder. He plays passes better than most actual midfielders or out players can. Bravo may be good for a keeper, but it was quite startling to me to see how much better at passing Ederson is than Bravo, a man considered actually good at it. He's a level above him, and he basically just casted this light on Bravo that he's just vastly below Ederson's level. It's not even Bravo's fault. It just shows how good Ederson actually is. But anyway, we are into the next round with a very comfortable 4-1 win. It's just great to see that. And obviously, we've got a little bit of news as well. Coutinho has been sold to Barcelona, which is absolutely great news for ahead of the game against Liverpool, a man who always scores against us. But what did you make of the game? Let me know in the comments. Drop a like on this video. Tell me your man of the match as well. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you soon. Hello there guys, this is Stephen here. I just wanted to give a quick shout out for all those people who have been supporting me on Patreon over the past 12 months. You're all absolute heroes. You keep this channel going, you make it all very much easier to do, so thank you very much. As ever, I appreciate you all who watch these videos, but I wanted to give a special shout out. And all those names scrolling down the screen there, thank you loads for your support. I appreciate it more than you can possibly imagine. If you do want to get involved, head over to patreon.com/Esteemed Company. No worries if you don't. If you do, thank you very much. If you don't, I appreciate all your support and all the views, the watches, the likes, the subscribes, the comments and everything. You're all absolute stars. See you next time, guys.